Gotta share the stream link, by the way.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Humane.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Humane AI Pin Review 4. I'm here with my bro, Jonah.
Let's
I'm
go.
Nick. And we're finally reviewing the AI Pin where we both have the AI Pin together as well.
I've had it for about 48 hours now.
And let me get the stream up and running so people can actually join. Right, because that's an important thing. It's important that people watch these streams to be educated about the products they're buying. And also, I don't know, some form of entertainment. I don't know if we're entertaining or not. I like to think we are.
Let's go. Run up the chat. One watching.
Let's go. Run up the chat.
What up, y'all? Tegan? First.
Actually first. That's crazy. I'm posting these in the Discord right now. I should say,
You should say a message with it other than just...
Yeah, with 2 AI pins. Now with double the AI pins. Yo, Max! What's going on? We got review 4 going on right now for the Humane AI Pin, which is, again, probably one of the goofiest products. Not goofiest. That's not the right word.
It's the best product I've ever reviewed.
This is the product I've ever reviewed.
No. Now we'll save our opinions till we get a couple more people in here.
Yes, absolutely. I'm still setting up some stream items. Such as the actual, I should probably just have the stream on the monitor. That song's stuck in my head right now. All right, we are in the stream as we speak. Bro, I'm not even the owner's SMH. Discord is dead. Everyone just waiting for shipping. Yeah, so we should probably address the shipping situation first, right? Again, we don't work at Humane, so we don't know what's going on. I lost my mouse cursor, so I can't see where it is right now. And everything's gone. Oh, there it is. My mouse back. We're back. All right. Forgot. Don't switch from that. We're going to Discord. All right. So we're back at the Humane AI Pin stream. Booster battery is low. How's battery life so far? You just got your answer right there. Battery life has been kind of mediocre. The best battery life I've experienced was that one day I went golfing with my friend. On that day, I went through both boosters, but it did last me throughout the day with pretty normal amounts of usage. I mean, normal for the AI Pin, not normal for the phone. But Jonah, how's your battery life experience been?
So I've had my pin for like 48 hours now, and it has not died yet. I actually haven't even gone through a whole booster yet, but that's just because I haven't been out and about as much. I've been pretty busy, so I haven't really had enough chance to get through a whole battery pack. But
yeah,
I haven't had enough chance to use the pin and get some opinions. But let's start with shipping. So as far as shipping goes, it was a little weird. So I got my shipping notification the same time as Nick that our label was created. And as some people who are fans of the stream know, I had lots of issues where I wasn't getting any updates. But miraculously, the day that my pin was slated to arrive, according to UPS, I got a shipping notification that my pin had teleported across the US and was now in my state at a processing facility, slated to be delivered one day late the next day. And I did receive it. So I don't think that's Humane's fault. I don't think that's Baja's fault. I genuinely think that could be the fault of UPS or the driver. I'm sure they were unpacking a lot of products from Baja Fulfillment, and my pin probably just missed the first scan, was probably put on a truck, sent to Chicago, where I live. Sorry, I didn't think about how much I want to dox myself, but whatever. It's a big city, and it was probably scanned there for the first time, which is when I got the notification that they received it, and it just showed up a day late, probably because of their issues. But whatever the case is, I got it. no issues after those issues.
Now, how was your unboxing experience? Because I know you ran into some issues there, and I had run into the same issues.
So the unboxing experience went great. It was beautifully packaged. Um, Everything about the unboxing experience was great until, for the first time after waiting since November, I put my finger on the touchpad and it couldn't connect to the server. So I found that the only way I could get it to connect to the server was to do a hard reboot, which I kind of had to pry at the Humane staff to figure out. There's actually a pinhole in the back of the charge pad.
And I'm showing that right now. So this is the charge pad right here. I have one of the boosters in, so I'm charging it. And right in the back of the USB port, you can see that there's this hole right here. And I guess you're supposed to put in a paper clip, just like a SIM card tray, and it does a hard reset on the pin. Now, I think you and I had some theories about what this pin actually does for the AI pin.
But
what the pin does for the pinhole.
Those theories, I mean, they're just there. I don't think it's worth sharing on stream. I mean, we just had some speculations, but it was nothing. But whatever the case is, that was able to solve everything. I've actually had to do that twice since receiving the pin. It kind of seems to be like anytime there's any real big errors, that kind of seems to be the end all be all. Sam Sheffer kind of advised against overusing it because I guess that's like a real hard reboot of the pin, so it's not really good for it. But I mean, when your pin's basically broken without doing anything, that's all you can do. I just want to read real quick.
Yeah, the chat. Someone asked if they had heating issues still. I've got it to overheat one more time. I was just kind of using it and looking at the laser ink display, trying to like send a text, and then it overheated. I was just trying to see which missed calls I had. But yeah, overheating issues are present. It's pretty warm right now. Like if I touch it with the back front of my hand, it's warm. It's with no use. I haven't used it yet since I put it on. Except maybe like one thing. Did you order case or accessories? It seems like everyone ordered is still waiting. Yeah, so everyone that got on the priority list comes with the complete package, and that includes the booster, an extra booster, the charge pad. Actually, the charge pad might come with it already, right?
Yeah, the charge pad and the charge case and the spare battery come with it. But I ordered a case, but I'm not expecting the case to come anytime soon because I ordered the case months after I ordered my pin. I actually ordered it pretty recently, and I got it because Humane gave everyone who ordered before the end of November a $30 gift card towards anything they want, which is exactly the price of a case. So I just ordered a case a couple weeks ago. So I'm not expecting that to come till like May probably, but
yeah, unfortunately. Whatever. But there's a good chance that the shipping issues are actually intentional and they're waiting to ship them out before people get their first impressions of the pin. Potentially to push out some kind of software update that hopefully comes soon. But again, that's not confirmed and it's purely speculation. Have you guys made any long phone calls? I heard it breaks after 30 minutes. It doesn't break after 30 minutes. I said that after between 20 to 30 minutes into a phone call, it tends to overheat and it just shuts off for a few minutes, which again hangs up your call, which is pretty unfortunate and very annoying.
Yeah.
So phone calls, here's the thing. The best thing that this AI pin does is phone calls, and even that overheats, and you can't do more than 20, 30 minutes.
See, I actually disagree. My thoughts, I was actually going to say the opposite. I think this pin, the best things it does are the things that make it unique, and what makes it the worst things it does are the things that it's trying to do to be a phone replacement. And I know that they've walked that back, that they're not really trying to make it a phone replacement. But honestly, as just like an assistant, as far as just being able to ask ChatGPT questions on the fly, I've had a pretty good run with that. Like I've been watching a TV show, and it's been really good at answering questions I've had about the TV show, even really obscure questions. It's been great for that. But what makes it bad is, well, I'm just to show the stream as a definitely software. This is beautiful hardware, but to show, I'm gonna try and call Nick's pin on the stream to show my frustrations with calling. So ready?
Yeah. So it's very hard.
Call Nicholas Dominici.
If you want to turn off noise.
Find a contact for Nicholas Dominici.
All right, yeah, let me turn off that in audio settings. But essentially, I told it to call you, and it said I couldn't find a contact for Nicholas Dominici.
And it seems to do that like a lot. And it's almost impossible to call me from the AI pin unless I say it in the perfect way. Oh, now I can,
Now I can hear myself. Call Nicholas Dominici.
Joan, I can hear myself. Turn it back on.
Finding contact. There are multiple matching contacts. Which one do you mean? Nicholas Dominici AI Pin or Nicholas Dominici iPhone?
Nicholas Dominici AI Pin.
Find a contact for Nicholas Dominici AI Pin.
And as you can see, it was unable to find a contact for Nicholas Dominici AI Pin. Let's try it one more time.
Sure.
Call Nicholas Dominici.
And again, I think we tried this a lot over the past couple.
Contact. Which one do you mean? Nicholas Dominici AI Pin or Nicholas Dominici iPhone?
AI Pin.
Find a contact for Nicholas Dominici AI Pin.
So it's impossible to call me. So not only have the call issues been there since launch, they're actually getting worse, it seems. I mean, this has probably been there since launch. It's not like it's regressing, but it just kind of is revealed now.
Yeah, I've been able to call you. It's weird. It's very hit or miss. It seems like it does call you sometimes, but this is one of those things that I don't think should be powered by AI. Like I just feel like there are certain things that work when they're not powered by AI, like calling. Like that just should be something that's hard coded. And as far as the overheating, I think that is a mix between hardware and software issue. I think that they can definitely reduce it with software, but I think that there's no way to fully fix it. The hardware just runs hot, you know?
Yeah. If they can optimize a few things, definitely software wise. But again, I don't know their code base, so I don't know how much that would actually solve the issues. But hopefully it is something that can be solved in the future. But yeah, phone calling is still not a great experience. Again, you can't really call me. How did you call me earlier?
I've actually had to laser in, go to the call settings, and then go to you, my trusted contact, and then go to the AI pin, and it calls you.
And that's really an effort. And actually, I realized there's no real way for me to see who's calling me. Because if I tap it, it answers. Oh, I'm going back to the call. I can go back to the call. This is interesting. So right now, something really weird just happened where it won't. Here, let me get a better angle at this. But it asked me to go back to the call, even though I wasn't in a call with you. Very strange.
Yeah.
But I want to give it the old Papa John's test.
Let's give it the old Papa John's test.
Call the closest Papa John's to me. I'm gonna see.
Finding contacts. Sending the message. Please call me at 2930 Colorado.
Who's it sending that text to?
Oh, text. That's something I'm really frustrated by. Because when I send texts, it does not ask for confirmation. And I've had times when it's composed a text to me, like, and luckily it was to my girlfriend, but I said something, I just said her name, and then without asking me, it just sent her a text with my address of where I currently was and asked her if she wanted to meet up. It just said, I'm at blah, 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 blah. Would you like to meet up?
What did you text her?
I didn't. All I did was I tapped the thing and I said her name, and it did that. So that was pretty scary.
Yeah. And you definitely don't want to text someone that you don't know.
Yeah.
Again. What's the phone number for the nearest Papa John's to me? We'll see. I'm on the mute button.
Finding phone number. The nearest Papa John's to 2930 Colorado Avenue.
Okay, too late. Repeat that.
The nearest Papa John's to 2004 is located at 1811 Pico Boulevard, Santa Monica, California 90404, with the phone number 310-314-2777.
Call it.
I'm sorry, I couldn't find a contact for it.
Call the phone number for the Papa John's you just gave me.
Located at 1811 Pico Boulevard, directly across the street
No
from
way.
FNC.
No
We're open 7
shot.
days a week from 11
You
a.m.
order
to 10
pizza?
p.m. To place an order, please visit
I'm placing an order.
www.primepizza.la. To speak to someone in the shop, please press 1. For other inquiries, please
All
email
right. Please press 1.
primepizza.la. Have a great day.
There's no number pad. I can't press 1. All right. I actually don't want to order pizza. I'm gonna hang up. So I asked it to call Papa John's, and it finally calls the pizza place. But it calls the pizza place that I was trying to order at for such a long time, and it wouldn't work. And it finally calls some pizza place, and it's the wrong pizza place. That's incredible.
Whatever. It's progress.
I know, but if this is a phone replacement, why can't it make phone calls? Why
Yeah.
can't it text? I shouldn't be insecure about who I'm calling and who I'm texting. You know, I should be able to trust it. Trademarked.
Yeah, so that's back to the texting, and that's another thing that I've been frustrated with is that when I try to send a text, and even if I do actually ask it to send a text, that situation where I just gave my address, that was really a weird fluke. But there have been times where I've composed a text and then decided I don't want to send it, and then so I say, cancel that text, don't send it, and it says. And then it gives me the notification that the text has been sent because it doesn't ever confirm that your text has been sent other than just like a badoop. And then I checked and it was sent. And it's understandable because the only people I've texted so far with this pin are myself, my girlfriend, and Nick, just all for testing purposes. But it's just weird that I've been like sending people like random texts that I'm not really trying to send. You know?
Yeah, it's really been a rough experience, and yeah, it's just not fun.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Let's talk about the stuff that is fun.
Text Jonah Cone. I want to try this.
Sending the message, please call me at 2930 Colorado Avenue, Santa Monica, California 90404
it's not even my address.
to Jonah Cone.
Yeah, what if you don't care about texting or calling? Yeah, but why wouldn't you care about texting or calling?
The reason I texting or calling and is that I'm paying $25 a month. Well, I'm not right now because it's a free trial, but once this free trial is over, I'll be paying $25 a month, which is a ridiculous price to be paying if you're not getting the features that they're promising.
And another issue is that we really want them to execute on software and, you know, push out these bug fixes. But none of the bugs that we've experienced, except the notes issue on launch, has been fixed. And we know they're working on it. We've heard they're working on a lot of these issues that supposedly were simple fixes, but still they haven't pulled through yet.
Yeah.
You're basically paying for the phone number, which they have a secondary payment plan with no phone. Yeah, exactly. That's really unfortunate.
Because honestly, I'm definitely like leaning towards returning it just because, and it's not because of the $700 price tag. I'd be happy to keep this if my $700 was just to be spent. It's because of the fact that after the 3-month trial is up, I'm going to be spending almost $30 a month, for the rest of my life to have this thing. If like, I just don't feel comfortable just like, you know, I feel like I want to be able to have the opportunity to put this down for a couple months and and then put it back up. And I don't want to have to spend $30 a month to do that, you know?
Yeah. And PT said, I'll bet you $100 that in a few months, the quality of this product will 10x. I don't necessarily agree with that. Yeah, software updates can change everything. But the fact is, they've been working on this for a long time. And if they haven't had these basic features in yet, why would they just suddenly be able to do it in a week or a month, right? Updates take time. And they've had the time to do it, and they just haven't. So now it's going to take them a very long time to build up these features that they were promoting when they first promoted the product, right? Like Imran in the first demo said, "Where can I buy this book?" And he showed a book, right? And then he said, "Buy it." That feature does not exist, period, and neither is it in the roadmap. The deadline was so yeah, they had a deadline. It was a self-imposed deadline. I understand why they couldn't keep pushing it back. But here's the issue. They were developing a hardware product, a product like this to replace your phone entirely, right? Then LLMs came out, ChatGPT came out, and they made a pivot. It's like, okay, we're going to integrate AI into this thing and call it the AI Pin. The only issues there is that halfway through, they must have realized that, hey, this product probably isn't going to be as good as we envision it. But the problem is they've already raised $250 million up to their Series C funding stage and still had just this, right? So they had to ship it out eventually or else they would lose everything. So, yeah. So there's also another thing, improving the AI quick and speed soon. Again, this is more speculation, but it's also based off of kind of my own experiences working with AI. I'm assuming this model that's running on the AI Pin on CosmOS on the cloud is a fine-tuned version of a custom model. What fine-tune means is they've collected their own data. They've kind of switched. So yeah, I'm getting to the Llama 3 part. And they've trained their own data into this thing, so it knows how to respond properly, right? So it'll reject normal questions like, "How are you doing today?" by saying, "This question is not related to the AI Pin," right? That's part of the fine-tuning process. Now, to switch over to a new model, they're going to have to go through a new fine-tuning process, get better data, or maybe even reuse the same data. They can do it, test it, then deploy it, right? And they just don't have that thing's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time. And Llama 3 came out, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, and it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's the first open source LLM that compares to GPT-4. It beats Claude Opus, I'm pretty sure, on some benchmarks. But again, for them to deploy it, it's just going to take time. That's it. They really fucked this up by building in stealth. I think they need to get feedback much earlier. Yeah, I mean, I understand why they built in stealth. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. And I don't know if feedback. Sorry?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as they launched, a million competitors popped up. So it's,
No, yeah, that's definitely fair. No, the book thing is true. Same with the health stuff. I feel kind of lied to be honest. Yeah, so like, again, can read food. They say nutrition is coming soon. I want to trust them. I don't think it'll come out soon. I don't think they'll ever get to a stage where it works properly. That's just my opinion.
I think that there's an inherent issue with AI that it can't work. Like, I don't think nutrition can work properly. I don't think you can hold out a bowl of peanuts and say how many calories is this, because it's like, how do you, like, it's just impossible. Like, what the amount of math that would have to go into that? You'd have to know the exact dimensions of the bowl. You'd have to know how many peanuts are in there. I think you can never get past a guess.
Yeah, I really agree. Unless, like, again, they classify the food extremely accurately and just look it up on a database on the macros of that food or the nutritional values of that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they can, but it's like if okay, let's say this was a bowl, like this was an opaque cup, and I filled it to the brim. What's to say, like, if I say, okay, and I filled it to the brim with peanuts, you'd have to do so much math to calculate how many peanuts are in there that it's like almost, it's possible, but it's
not viable. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's just kind of the disappointing truths of working with AI. It's just, especially if you're not training your own models, and if you're not like OpenAI or Meta or one of the top dogs, you simply just can't compete with these models that are coming out. So you have no choice to actually train these models in-house unless you have this crazy AI team and access to data that no one else has, like OpenAI and like Meta. So it's tough. They're in a tough situation, and I feel for them. But in the end, consumers want solutions to their problems and not your problems. And yeah.
Battery low.
So booster battery's low. Gonna get a battery check. Battery percentage.
10%. Booster 4%.
Okay, that's pretty rough. I don't know what it was when I started though, so I'm not sure about the drainage.
I'm gonna do this. Battery update.
96%. Booster 80%.
Okay,
96
nice.
booster 80%. I'm gonna try like a very rabbit type demo with this. I'm gonna point the pin at the chat and I'm gonna say, take a look at this chat window and tell me the context.
Good test. And I love the idea of asking it how it can improve on itself. Hey, Sam. Great to have you. We were just talking about our experiences.
Is a discussion about the quality of a product. The participants are discussing how the product has not met their expectations and how it could be improved.
So that was just a summary on what it was reading from the chat window. Yeah, we're just talking about like kind of like what's in the future for Humane. We're kind of trying to predict what you guys are doing. Obviously, so if we say something wrong, you don't have to correct us, but you can say like you're wrong, and we'll just stop. Because obviously you know more than us, and I don't want to like speculate to the point where I'm just straight up lying about something. So that's why I'm trying to keep that to a minimum right now. But yeah, let me just ask it. Okay. Based on the feedback and reviews for the AI pin, give me a few ways Humane could improve the product in the next month. All right, let's see.
Finding feedback. Based on recent feedback and review, Humane could improve the AI pin by focusing on enhancing its speed and accuracy, improving its ease of use and intuitiveness, and addressing the reported issues with functionality. Additionally, addressing the reported heat generation and refining the AI models for better performance could also be beneficial.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty valid. Let me just do something. How do you think we can or should improve Nicholas and Jonah? I really think just, again, heads down, executing and just building the features that were there in the original demo is just really all we need for now. Speed is like kind of acceptable. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have seen like the company Grok, JROQ, and their speed of their LLMs. I don't know if there's any plans to work with them or host that type of hardware yourself with the LPUs. But speed, again, is kind of a secondary issue. I'd much rather stay this speed for the next year or two while just having the features that are expected it to have. You can start making with promises you can't keep. Well, that's a little rough because, again, still early stages. They can improve it by inviting me over to blab with them because I'm a stable genius who knows all the right things to do.
Yeah. All right. I'd like to say my thing that I've told you about this, Nick, and it's an idea that I had that I genuinely think could do wonders for Humane as a company, and not just as a company, but wonders for the AI pin as a product, everything. And that is, it's a bit of a pitch, but look, the AI pin right now is giving you 3 months free of their service. They're giving you 3 months free of title, but they're only giving you 30 days to decide whether you like the pin or not. In my opinion, I think a lot of people are going to decide in the next 30 days that the pin is not for them at the state it's at. And what I think Humane could do to show trust in themselves and show confidence in their product is to extend the return period by an additional 60 days to basically say, look, you've been an early adopter in our company. You've spent, a lot of money to have this pin. We want to give you the opportunity to have the best experience possible, or without the risk. If they made the return policy 90 days, then people would be able to test out the pin. The company would have the opportunity to fix on their improvement as much as possible. It basically gives them 3 months to do major improvements. And if they just put their heads down for those 3 months and built, got as much feedback from the community as possible, which the community would be happy to give them, especially after being given the gift of an extra 2 months to use the product without having to feel like they have to return it. I don't know. I'm kind of blabbering here, but I really feel like that's something that pretty much saved the company.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You know, and I got my pin on the 12th. I'm sure a few other people got their pins on the 11th, 12th, and kind of in the previous week. So as that 30-day mark or deadline approaches, people really have to make a decision. Like, do I want my $700 going to this product, which I'm not sure is going to improve over time or not? Especially people who might not be active in the Discord or whatever like that, right? So they just kind of take it as its face value. But I think, like Jonah said, extending that return period to 90 days shows the confidence that the team has in their ability to execute. And I think would instill a lot of confidence in users.
Because I mean, it's really a ballsy thing to do, doing that. Like it shows it's basically saying like, yo, if you want, we're gonna give you this opportunity, and you're gonna trust us, and we're gonna trust you, to give you this 90-day period. And it really shows that the company's confident in their abilities to right their wrongs. And it also shows a sense of just like, it shows a sense of like, we understand that we didn't necessarily deliver everything that we promised. And I would respect Humane a lot for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it would be no doubt that I would keep my pin for that entire time. If they did that, I would have no reason to return.
Yeah. Because right now, and I think, Sam, you weren't in this, and I guess anyone who was recently joining wasn't in this earlier. We were testing out calling functionality, we were testing out texting functionality. Texting is kind of a rough experience right now. It texts the wrong people sometimes. It sends a message when you don't want to send a message. It sends the wrong message or message you didn't mean to send. I tried it with the pizza phone call again. It didn't work. I did ask it to give me the number to my nearest Papa John's. It gave me the number. I said, call it. I said, there's no name for it in my contacts. And I said, call the number for the Papa John's you just gave me. And then it finally started dialing. And it was Prime Pizza. It was another pizza place that's kind of close to me. And I was like, okay, well, at least I called a pizza place. But then, unfortunately, they asked me to press 1 on the keypad, and there's no keypad when you call, unfortunately, So again, that's probably just like an overlook. But I could see a situation where I would much rather call like a customer support agent on this device over my phone, just so I can continue using my phone if I want to. There is a keypad. Same layout as a Paxfit.
Access the keypad during a call.
Call Jonah. And Jonah, just put yourself on mute. Real quick. And also, like, lower the volume as much as you can. But no, it doesn't matter if I comment anything. No, mute your phone. So people can still hear you. All right. So I'm lasering in. I'm not sure where the keypad is. Oh, shit.
Battery.
What happened there?
I don't know. It started like sizzling.
Like, what do you mean by sizzling?
Like popping sounds. Like,
was that out of the speaker or?
I don't know. It's really hot though.
Oh.
I hope it was a speaker. I just got nervous because I felt like the heat, and I think I might have just been really conscious about it. I'm going to assume it was a speaker. Okay, here's the thing. It wasn't the battery. Just let me clear that out. I don't want to make it seem like it was the battery. I just got nervous because I felt the heat, and yeah, but it was the speaker. I think it was from the call. Just to clarify.
Yeah, please, nobody clip.
No out of context stuff. That was the thing. Yeah, I have another battery charging here. I have another booster, thankfully.
Yeah,
I just got nervous because I touched it and I felt like it was really hot and I was worried it was about to explode on my chest for a second. But listen, the hardware is very well built. I'm not really worried about that.
All right, I'm gonna try the thing. All right.
Oh, speaker peaking. Interesting.
All right.
Ah. Sam said the laser might have overloaded the speaker driver. That makes sense.
All right. I'm gonna see if there's a way to laser in and dial on the number pad. Okay. I'm not seeing this. Back to call. Yeah, when I go here, my menu only shows a pause button
Are you able to show that to the camera?
and a microphone. Yeah. Let me.
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah.
It's filtering out the actual lasering display on your hand. That's hilarious.
I promise it's
You can actually, it's actually Discord's background segmentation is so good. You can still see the icons, just in a different color.
It shows the microphone button, the X, and the pause. Sam, do you say you there's a way to get it? Oh, wait, when you push your hand back, there is the dial pad. Okay.
Oh, okay, great. Really cool. Really cool. No, it isn't. It isn't. Okay, so there is a way to access the keypad.
Yeah, you just have to go back. Yeah, there it is. Definitely not as fluid as I'd like. It would be nice if instead of being having to like go back for it, because a lot of people don't know that, if it was like down here and it was like one of those like marble situations with 4 options. But I am glad to know it is there. That makes me really happy.
Yeah, I think my AI pin's dead for now, so it's all you.
Yeah, the depth gesture. I wish that there was a way to know when there is something to go deeper on, because obviously with like the main menu, I know there's depth gesture because I've seen a million videos of people doing it, but
Yeah.
there's not really like, it would be kind of cool if there's like some sort of visual thing always that just lets you know like, okay, there's something behind this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree,
but again,
David.
that's just UI stuff that doesn't seem too really crazy at all. Like building a UI, just like a hint for the user is like something that they could definitely ship out like with very little effort, which I have confidence that they would do.
This type of criticism isn't the type of criticism that really matters. Like this is just nitpicky stuff,
Well, this is feedback. It's feedback, and if people are deciding on whether or not to buy the product, they should know everything about the product and not just like, oh, this part's horrible. This part is good though. They should know everything about it, right, to make the best decision they can. But as I'm waiting for my pin to turn back on, actually, let me go over some content or some videos that I shot since I last had it.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you saw in the chat, but I sent you a DM on Discord.
You saw it, yeah. But here, let me go to captures and let me make sure there's nothing crazy in here. Video uploads pending. Yeah. So I was out for lunch at work, which was really fun opportunity to take some video on the AI pin. I think this is not it. Oh, I have some scaling issues. Okay. So here we can hear like the mic quality and stuff like that. So again, just kind of my experience at like the grocery store. I'm just kind of looking at like the detail in the food. And during the day, the videos are really crisp. And it's really fun to look back on. It's, again, a really non-intrusive way. And as I found, just the little backstory behind this, which is kind of funny, I had seen these guys on the street recording some promotion for their drink. And they actually came up to me and asked me, is that the Humane AI Pin? Well, they didn't say the Humane AI Pin, but they said, is that the AI Pin? And yeah, I was explaining to them, and it was really, really interesting. And also got a really funny video of this guy in a suit without whipping out my phone and being real intrusive. So that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Another great example I have this is one of my coworkers. It takes 3 photos and selects the best one. And it's really good at selecting the best one. Like this is the best one it could take. This one's pretty poor. And this one's actually kind of interesting because I don't know if you guys can see this, but it seems like there's some kind of like upscaling. And again, this is more speculation. I can't do that. But there might be some kind of upscaling going on here. That'd be kind of interesting. Again, just another video of my cat.
The 15-second limit, it can be good, it can be bad, But it is really cool being able to get that POV shot. Like I was walking home with some bagels that looked really delicious, and it was kind of fun to just like hold up the bag of bagels and be like, oh, look what I got.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is a really funny video.
All right, what are the
You got
questions?
some good questions? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready for the questions.
What advice would
Yeah, it's pretty good. So again, that's just like another fun thing you can do with it. Let me see some of the requests I made.
Hands-free video is definitely underrated. Nick and I are both people who have dealt with a lot of hands-free cameras. We both used Snapchat spectacles a lot. I actually got to beta test the new Snapchat spectacles, the unreleased ones that have an AR display in them. And yeah. Wait, Sam, you got to try out the next generation spectacles, the ones with the AR display? Oh,
So-
that's super sick. I didn't realize that they were letting many people, because Nick and I both do a lot of contract.
Well, Sam is the goat of Snapchat discovery page. Don't you know that? He was at the partner summits.
Oh,
I
were
think.
you at the most
I'm
recent
pretty sure.
partners?
Unless I'm misremembering. So, these are the Snapchat spectacles. These are the latest versions they come out with that are actually released for public, and they're really fun to wear. But again, you're wearing something on your face, and you have to wear sunglasses to record. I do have these optical inserts for my prescriptions, and I actually wore these for every day between the ages of probably 16 to 17, which was really fun to do. But the main problem is that everyone knows you're recording on this thing. And it's really strange because they're looking straight at you, and this is a distraction. So this becomes kind of a thing in front of you and that person when you're in a conversation. So nice thing about the AI Pin, if you're looking for like some kind of unobtrusive video recording software, just a floating head went by, is it's out of the way, it's below. So it's really not the focus of any interaction. So that really is great execution for the goal of, again, disconnecting from your phone, having it be an unintrusive thing.
Yeah.
Red.
But what's interesting with this is versus like the spectacles is with the spectacles, it's truly a point of view. Like if I turn my head, it sees what I see versus with the AI pin. Like I noticed that when I was recording, I had to like do that, in order to change the angle. Cause if I look somewhere, it doesn't necessarily see. But again, that's just like, something you got to get used to.
Yeah. I think one of these boosters is charged, and it's pretty warm, but it's not turning on yet, so I'm going to take off the booster for a little bit. Another thing I've noticed, and I don't know if it's still visible or not, I don't know if it was on the booster itself or on the pin, I can't remember.
It was that pin, I think.
Sure. On the pin itself. But there was some kind of discoloration happening here. I don't know if it shows up on camera. Nothing serious, but it's just like a small thing.
Great. I want to answer David's question. Yes, they only made a few thousand and gave them to AR devs. And people are saying think that they were very good. I genuinely think that they were fantastic. They were so cool. This was before Vision Pro came out. So this was like this was the first true mixed reality experience I've ever had. And I was blown away. It's so good. But unlike the AI Pin, this is literally a pre-release product. So all the problems it had, you had to give them some grace because they didn't release it to the public. You could not buy them. You could only get them for free. So there was no expectation that it was going to be amazing. And the things that sucked were it overheated a lot and it had bad battery.
15 minutes.
Yeah, well, I remember it was something crazy.
It was ridiculously low.
I got like an hour out of it a couple times. I remember I used to walk around because they have a USB-C port on the back, so I would walk around with a wire coming down my back to like a battery pack, kind of like the Vision Pro. But no, those were really great. They were kind of like sunglasses a little bit, so if it was dark, you couldn't really see the real world. But I loved them. They were crazy. I can't wait to see what Snapchat does with that technology, and I really hope I would pay like $1,000 for a real pair of those. I can't lie, and they were stylish.
I would too.
You cannot say that those are not the most stylish AR glasses you've ever seen.
And they're legitimately AR too, like 3D environments, well, not environments, but 3D objects in the real world environment. There's nothing to joke about. Very, very cool stuff.
What held them back the most all they could do is run Snapchat lenses. Like it didn't have
Yeah.
any. You couldn't make a call with it. You couldn't do anything but use Snapchat lenses, which is meh, but whatever. I mean, again, dev kit.
Yeah. Now here's a hypothetical question: could Snapchat have built the AI pin as a Snap wearable? The Snap pin.
I think they could have beat Meta to making the Meta glasses. I think Meta was really smart to work with Ray-Bans. I think if Snapchat had worked with like Oakley or something like that, they would have probably been a much more successful product. But no, I don't think they necessarily could have. They could have made an AI pin. I mean, they're not. They don't have the best track record when it comes to hardware.
True, very true. And again, hardware on this is very premium feeling. But again, what matters more than hardware, and these days, is software, right? You have anything to add? My AI pin's dead, so
Enter passcode.
there we go. It's back.
There you go. That was a much quicker revival than usual.
No, it's been dead for a while. I've been trying to revive it for the last like 15 minutes. Yeah. I think definitely one of the tips I would have for new pin owners. The UI is invisible right now. Okay. There we go. Good.
Yeah, I mean, Snapchat, they've always had this thing that they're a camera company. I really do hope they do make
overheated. Just got the overheat message.
What?
Yeah.
So, okay, I actually want to talk about the next subject that with AI Pin. I want to talk because you kind of talked about it a little bit with having that interview. I want to talk about how it's been having a body camera strapped to your chest in public. Because I've had
almost no issues. We've had very opposite experiences, I think.
And it also just has to do with all my issues have been sort of issues with me. But you live in LA, which is a very tech-forward city. I don't. So
Sure.
I have a grocery store that I go to a lot. It's like a very small local grocery store. All the people who work there, like I know, obviously they're not, not super well, but whatever. I recognize their face every time. They know who I am. And I went in there the day I got my pin, and I took my pin with me. I was using it in the store, and then when I went to check out, I had this like realization, like I covered the pin and took it off. I was like, dang, I don't want this guy thinking that I'm taking a video of him. Like, I don't want to have a camera strapped to my chest while I'm talking to this person. Like, he doesn't deserve to have to feel the fear of being recorded. And I understand that there's a trust light, but not everyone understand. Like, the trust light is something that only people who own the product understand. Someone who doesn't own the product probably thinks you're recording them.
And another thing I've noticed is that it does the white scan a little bit times, and people do confuse that for, are you recording me right now?
Yeah.
So that's a little interesting. Yeah, it's a rough. Someone said you need to wait for the booster to recharge the pin a bit because the pin can drain its own battery faster than the booster recharges it. Emron was in here, I think, on the first or second stream, and he was telling me that the booster does not charge the pin while it's in use. So you have to wait like a minute or two, I think, before it'll actually continue to charge it.
Which probably has to do with their efforts to have the pin overheat less, which I think is stupid. But I'm not stupid. That's smart. But I think the whole the booster not actively charging the pin thing is stupid. But I understand why they did it because it's kind of essential.
Yeah, you need to. Battery check.
AI pin battery level 11%.
Okay, we're at 11%. What's the
Battery low.
percentage of boost or battery percentage of booster?
Your AI pin is not sure what you're asking for the percentage of. Could you please provide more details or clarify your request?
Battery percentage.
10%. Booster 52%.
Okay, that's what I want to know. Another thing I've noticed is that the battery check, like, sometimes it gives it to you in full, sometimes it gives it to you a little bit.
Crazy.
Jonah, what's
Did you send me 2 messages that just say, please call me, and then your address?
So, me?
Yeah. like 30 minutes ago, I just checked my phone for the first time during this stream. I just have 2 texts from your AI pin that just say, please call me, and then your address.
What? I said text Jonah once, but I don't think I heard what it said.
The floating head's coming back, by the
The
way.
floating head is coming back. Oh, jeez, dude. You got your house exercised, bro. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Here, wait.
Call the nearest exorcist.
Wait, I'm going to text you a screenshot of this because this is kind of weird.
Do you notice the significant difference in speed when you're connected to Wi-Fi or cellular? I don't think that would really affect the speed of generation because all the latency happens on their side of things, and all they're doing is just sending you back like a small piece of information. So any difference between Wi-Fi versus cellular would be in like the microseconds and not full seconds, I believe. I'm getting the text. I'm reading the text from Jonah right now. Yeah, 2 texts. Please call me at address. That's interesting.
I wish the pin had some sort of more safety features when it comes to text where it needs like extra confirmation before it sends anything with personal information like your address. Because if I'm just texting, because again, I get it that your pin is supposed to be only used for like trusted contacts, like they got that whole thing. But if I'm just like giving someone my number and texting and then like texting them, then all of a sudden I'm like, come to my house. That's like weird.
Yeah. David Goodman said text-to-speech could be in cloud. I think we've determined by now that text-to-speech, the model, actually lives on device. The reason for that is because, one, it's so much cheaper for them to do it, and it's like entirely possible. They only need one voice, so it's not some kind of voice cloning service like 11 Labs, or even like an open source project like VoiceCraft. It also reads out the battery percentage right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do battery. Battery check.
AI pin battery level 98%.
What about the booster?
Booster battery level 65%.
It's pretty great.
Wow. It's pretty great, except for the fact that I barely have been using my pin this stream and it's gone down that much. But
yeah, but I mean, I'm really wondering what it's doing in the background that's causing so much battery drain. You know? Very interesting.
yeah, I saw there was a really interesting thing that someone was looking in. Now I'm not a network guy, so I don't really understand a lot of this stuff. But someone was looking at the network data, like the network usage of their pin, and it was surprisingly low, which is good.
Yeah, actually, that's something I really wanted to do, and I think I wanted to do it on stream, but I don't have anything set up for that. But I would have loved to intercept the traffic from the router and just see like what it's happening on the AI pin client and what kind of network requests it's sending. That'd be really fun analysis, I think.
Ian said the pin's charging up to tase you again.
It didn't tase me. It was just really hot, and the crackling made it seem like it was going to explode on my chest right next to my heart. But thankfully, that did not happen. And I think Sam's theory on what it was probably like definitely the most likely scenario, where just the sound driver was like conflicting with the phone call sounds already. Yeah.
It's gonna be.
I hope so.
Oh, Sam's back. I can't believe he came
Well,
back.
he's probably just been chilling in here. We don't, you know.
That's how we get Sam to summon him in the stream. We just talk about how your pin.
He's eating.
No, I know. I'm just saying. It's every time we accidentally, or not accidentally, every time we talk about it.
Wait, let's ask it. What is Sam Sheffer eating?
Finding food options. Your AI pin is unable to provide information about Sam Sheffer's current food intake at the moment. This feature will be available soon.
Yo, guys, soon your AI pin will give you live Sam Sheffer meal tracking. At any point during your day, you'll be able to ask it what Sam Sheffer or anyone at Humane is eating at any moment. This is a service that is that is included in your current subscription.
Honestly, hats off. I think that I honestly, if they add that feature, you guys can double the subscription cost. I don't care.
Here's a hypothetical feature that is impossible to do, but that would be so cool in a sci-fi movie, where everyone who has an AI pin can opt in to live tracking. So any one of your friends at any point can ask, what is Jonah doing? And it will look at his AI pin and see.
All right. Wait, let's see. Look at this chat window and tell me what Sam Sheffer is eating.
Sheffer.
Okay, it's scanned.
Sheffer is eating in this chat window.
Okay. Look at this chat window and tell me what it says Sam Sheffer is eating.
This is now the Sam Sheffer eating stream.
Schaefer is eating pizza.
There we go.
Hey! Honestly, I'm surprised. The resolution of the camera is good enough to actually capture the text that's on a digital screen. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You kind of, I mean...
Look and tell me the name of my cat. I'll get a cat cam in a second here.
Finding cat's name. Your cat's names are Navi and Lydia.
The one that you're looking at is Lydia.
Understood. Thank you for confirming the cat's name as Lydia. If you need further assistance, feel free to ask.
Yeah, so that's the thing where I had to go close here is something really interesting that Jesse Liu, the CEO of Rabbit, brought up, that because the camera is such a wide angle, it's really good for capturing scenes. But because you can't see what you're looking at and it is such a wide angle, it's kind of awkward to try and focus in on anything specific. Because if I were to just right here, just be like, okay, I'm going to try it. Look at the chat window and tell me the context.
Battery low.
So I do want to show something about the camera. I'm going to see if I can capture it on my webcam.
Part of a live stream on Twitch. The streamer, for Sin, is playing a game called Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. The chat window is showing messages from viewers of the stream.
Well, that's incorrect.
What did you just ask it?
So I was trying to demonstrate how you kind of have to really go close to something in order to get specific context. Because I said, explain to me the context of this chat window. And earlier it was really good. It was able to tell me kind of the general vibe of what the chat was saying. But when I was backed up, all it could really say was that it was a chat window for a Twitch stream, which this is not Twitch. My screen just has Discord on it. And it said that we were playing a video game called Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy.
Yeah, and also you can see here in the lens, it is some type of fisheye lens. Let me see if I can get a better focus on this. I'm kind of tuning it.
But I was actually, speaking of Sam Sheffer tweets, I earlier asked it, what does Sam Sheffer think of MKBHD? And it pretty much directly quoted the tweet that you made about how it said, like, Sam Sheffer has known MKBHD for over 10 years. So I was pretty impressed that it was able to get like that live. All right, let me see.
Yeah.
What does Sam Sheffer think of MKBHD?
Finding Sam Schaefer's opinion. Sam Sheffer commented that MKBHD's critiques were fair and valid regarding Humane's new AI pin, and assured that the startup was listening and reflecting on the feedback.
So it's pretty crazy.
Wait, one second. Actually continue that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting how well it is able to get tweets live. Like, that's something that I'm sure people have reposted that a lot, and it's a pretty popular tweet because it's about a very controversial subject right now, but I was pretty impressed that I was able to pretty much directly quote your tweet.
Yeah. Also, something really interesting. I have a UI here that I've never seen on the pin. Let me see if I can capture the laser ink display here. I'm trying to also manage the zoom. It's not going to happen. I don't know if you guys can see this. 1 second. Bring it around. Actually, let me zoom in. Bear with me as I attempt this risky maneuver. Visible? Nope. Visible? Nope.
Yeah. Here, I wonder if it'll know this.
Wait, I got it.
Who is Nicholas Dominici, and what does he like to stream about?
Oh, don't ask that. Gonna bring up the wrong Nicholas Dominici.
Finding streaming content. Nicholas Dominici was a 1-year-old.
Wrong.
Yeah. I know that's the wrong Nicholas.
Sorry.
I'm trying to get this laser ink display capture,
Oh.
but I'm trying to manage putting my hand in the right position. Okay. Oh, it died. All right.
Well, just describe it.
Okay, so basically, it was a completely different menu that showed you. It was like a full screen thing that showed you your AI pin's battery levels and showed the booster, and it was like a completely new design that I hadn't seen.
Huh.
A double.
That's-
Oh shit! It's like burning though.
Like hot? Like way too hot?
Like hot. Yeah, the low battery UI. It's probably because I was using the laser ink display.
I'm glad to know that there's an.
It cooled down very fast though.
To get it to stop speaking, because every time I want it to stop speaking, I just like do one of those.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna leave my AI pin to rest for now, Jonah. Yours seems to be still living.
Battery update.
95%. Booster 64%.
All right, tell me some personal information about Sam Sheffer.
Shaft. There is no personal information.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I'm pushing the limits of the thermals, low pin battery and laser, and it's charging. Yeah, no, most definitely. And that's just physics. It's not really anything with to do with the pin. It's just, how energy and electricity works. Things get hot when they charge, and things get hot when you have a laser on them. So yeah, no way around that, unfortunately. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting problem to solve, because if you think about it, this is something that is touching someone's skin all day. So you have to reach some level of some kind of threshold where, okay, this is too hot, right? I don't know what that temperature is, but I wonder how they found that temperature. Were they just letting it crank up?
Sam, do you know if the overheating notification happens when the pin gets to a temperature that's too hot for human skin, or a temperature that's too hot for the pin to operate?
Also ask it, what's the hottest object you can put on skin for a prolonged period of time? Ask your pin.
Yeah. What is the hottest object you can put on skin for a prolonged period of time?
Without burning yourself, I guess.
Finding safe temperature.
And it's also a comfort thing as well, because safety is not the same as comfort.
Prolonged period of time without causing skin damage is around 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 48.9 degrees Celsius. Exposures to temperatures of 130 degrees Fahrenheit, 50.4 degrees Celsius or higher could cause skin damage if the exposure is long term.
Yeah, and I would assume that 120 is its upper limit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone asked questions about the SDK. I think Humane's already said that the SDK is coming later this year.
Q4, I believe.
Q4, hopefully. Oh yeah, no, I don't think the AI pin would ever burn anyone.
I don't think the AI pin would burn anyone ever. I think that when just people have this natural reaction when something gets really hot to think that something's burning them, but that's just like also,
that's just how humans work.
Yeah.
And again, I overreact to a lot of things, so don't use my reaction as a measure for how hot it actually is. Yeah. But I think
I really didn't like that one review where it was that I forgot which outlet it was, but I didn't like that review where that lady kept on being like, it burned me. Like, come on, it did not burn.
Yeah, exactly. It's not really gonna get to that. And Gadget, he knows it. He's name dropped them so fast. Sam Sheffer has seen every single possible AI pin review. Yeah, that's right. You worked at Engadget. Engadget. Just want to say it right.
And well, that's what they for the Humane AI Pin review. They were Engadget.
Yeah, Engadget. Speaking for yourself, I like to remove heat sinks from my CPUs while running benchmarks and lick them. That is the best way to cool your CPU while benchmarking it. It's actually how they've reached the record for highest gigahertz a CPU's ever written. Just some guy spitting on it. Just spit. Pause. Yeah, someone asked, again, I was addressing this. Someone asked when the SDK was coming. Humane say later this year. But I would guess that if Humane is going to be heads down working on the OS itself, that they might not have enough time to work on the SDK until later on. But again, that's just speculation. I don't work at Humane, so I don't know what's going on inside of there, right?
And I'm cool with that. If they can, I would be cool if SDK didn't come out till early 2025. If they could make the pin, because if they could make it 100% perfect, or not 100, but 90% perfect before then, I'm okay with that. Because I mean, I know this is a terrible example, and it's kind of bad to say in 2024. But the first iPhone didn't have an app store for like, what was it, a year and a half?
Yeah, but that was before the concept of Napster ever existed. So now that that concept has been dropped, I think it's pretty expected that most products would launch with an app store.
That's why I said it's not a good
Yeah.
necessarily to have in 2024. But I still stand by it and say that I think I'd rather have the pin work. Everything I think its core features need to be there before we can have developers come in.
100% agree. And like, I guess the only equivalent to an app store we would see in the AI world would be OpenAI's ChatGPT GPT store, where you can download or use custom GPTs that people make that have different behaviors, that do certain things and connect different websites. So I would imagine that's something pretty similar to what Humane would be working on.
The core features are vision, answering questions, and phone, all the phone capabilities. So calling, texting, and then just dot center, memories, everything that you can see in dot center right now. Everything that it can do right now, but doesn't do perfectly, I consider to be like the core.
Here's something that I just thought of. Earlier, I tried to call Papa John's. Instead, it called Prime Pizza. Now, I'm wondering if it called Prime Pizza because it remembered that I was asking it to call Prime Pizza earlier. So what I'm going to test right now is, does it recollect things that you didn't necessarily put in notes, but that you asked it previously? And if there's like a kind of a conversational here. Now, I'm just trying to think of a question right now. Ask it, and I'm trying to remember what I had said before. What did I say yesterday about... I'm really trying to think. But Jonah, if you want to talk about a few things as I'm thinking of this question.
I'm trying to think too, because I mean, I haven't talked to it enough that I feel like it would.
Yeah. Oh, my pin's still dead, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, music too. Okay, the one thing that I think that you guys can add before you finish the core features is Apple Music and Spotify, because I do not want to pay $10 a month for Tidal. I'm cool with these 3 months of the free subscription, but once that Tidal subscription ends, I'm canceling that shit because I'm not paying $10 a month for a second streaming service.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I've used Tidal before I ever even heard of the AI Pin. Just Tidal has the best audio quality out of any streaming service. But that really doesn't matter too much. Like, audio quality doesn't matter when it's playing off of this tiny speaker. And over Bluetooth, it doesn't really matter too much as well, because audio gets compressed over Bluetooth. So unless you're playing it on the device that it's streaming from directly, or you're plugged in physically, I don't see a point in taking advantage of Tidal's stuff like that. But I'm sure there was a pretty cool... Because your pin's going to die again? Right.
Sam's looking at their map.
He's looking at the monitors. He's got the monitors up there. All 10 people with it. No, it's joking. That's a joke. I know. I really want to use it.
Sam just has like a 50 monitor setup with every AI Pin user in front of him right now. He's just snacking on his pizza, looking at all of us.
Yeah. Now, Jonah, question: does your battery booster say "not for sale" inside of it?
No. I know some people had that, but no, mine just says Humane. Yeah, likely story, Sam.
Yeah, sure. As if he's not Alfreding us right now.
No, Nick doesn't have one of those, right? Yours doesn't say not for sale, right?
Mine does not say not for sale. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Sam Sheffer right now.
took
He's-
my sonar intercept and I found him in the city.
Other than the one picture in the Discord, I haven't seen that
Consider
happen.
this my resignation. As long as this machine is at Wayne Enterprises, I won't be.
This is a real conversation between Sam and Emron, by the way.
All right. All right.
In your name.
It has short-term memory recall.
Short-term memory recall, however, as you continue to add more data, it might encounter the typical needle in a haystack issue, making it increasingly hard to find context. Yeah. I mean, the hardest thing when you're building it with AI, especially nowadays, now that's like kind of more of a thing, it's just, he says, Sarah responds to every AI-like request. That's hilarious. But it's something called retrieval augmented generation, where you retrieve something and give it to the AI's context window, where it can then kind of get that information and respond accordingly. So the retrieval part is the hard part. There's a lot of techniques for it, and I'm sure they're like working on that really hard internally. But Nicholas, are you a programmer? Yeah, so actually as a career, I work in AI. AI is just completely my job. I build AI systems and agents at like apps like Send It. Star Match is another one too, where you can kind of clone yourself and talk to yourself. But yeah, so pretty much AI Pin software, not exactly AI Pin, but what you guys are building is what I do specifically. So I'd like to share my insights on that type of stuff. Nicholas, do you think it'll recall your cat's name in 6 months? Yeah, I mean, as long as it's in my notes, it doesn't really matter how many items are in my notes. It'll retrieve that item in my notes perfectly fine, and I don't really expect it to not happen over time. Again, with AI models, time is not really an issue. They don't experience time. It's just data, right? So the more data you have doesn't necessarily mean the worse it's going to be at capturing things. So when you add something to your notes, it goes through a process that's called embedding. So you use this type of AI model that transforms that text into essentially what's called vectors, which is just like a list of numbers. Just like how you have X and Y coordinates on a graph, you can put like the word cat up here, right? Because it is that AI model associates the word cat with this area of coordinates. And maybe like dogs is close to here, but maybe a little there, and human is over here. So like you go like, it associates the y-axis with organic things, and maybe computers would be down here, right? So X, Y, conscious, not conscious. So basically when your AI pin goes to retrieve something where you say like, what's the name of my cats? That query, what's the name of my cats, gets transformed into basically a search by the AI. What the AI does is it plugs that into the embedding model and gets the most likely document that relates to the question, what is the name of my cats? So then it goes and it knows that it's probably around here. It kind of centers in on it and it grabs the most likely piece of information. So my note, which says the name of my cats are Navi and Lydia, lives here. That's the closest, most relevant information to it. It grabs that and then gives it to the AI. So then the AI finally knows.
Yeah, I can't lie. That was a lot.
That was a lot. But the craziest thing is that with embeddings, it's not just X, Y, or even like Z. It can be up to 100 dimensions or like 150. So it's like you can't represent it in physical space. Like it's 150th dimension. So 150D graph dimension. You can't think of it. Computers understand it. We don't have to deal with it. That's why AI is going to enslave us all in the next 20 years. And when an AI does enslave us in the next 50 years, what I'm going to say to it is, hey, I gave you a home on my chest. Just like my mother carried me in her womb, I carried you on my chest.
No, when
spare me, please.
If AI enslaves us in 20 years, what I'm going to say to it is, call Nicholas Dominici and just watch it bug out.
That too. Interesting explanation. That's the one use case I wish Sam would answer because he's been using it for a while. Well, Sam, you're the marketing guy, right? I'm sorry, I don't know your official title, but I don't think Sam's works on the actual software stuff. Would it be inaccurate to think of it as a fancy hashing function? Not Not necessarily, because it's all like all the information that gets embedded is in terms of relativity to the other documents in. But yeah, that's kind of how the embedding part works. And then the problems that are actively being solved in the world of AI is just how accurate can you get pinpointing the location of a specific piece of information. Another thing is like, okay, the AI is asked, "What's the name of my cats?" But what if the AI wants to expand on that, right? What if the AI wants to ask some kind of question that goes beyond the floating head just went by, like cats? I can't give an example. Like maybe say I make a note saying my cats eat this type of food. The AI decides like, oh, your names of your cats are Navi and Lydia, and it says, how are they doing? Are you still feeding them this food? That's the only example I can come up with. Whoa!
Sorry, I had to talk to the floating head.
You have to talk to the floating head. That's rough. It's crazy. But yeah, so those are the problems that are actively being solved. And I think the main issues that are happening internally with the software, the AI pin, is like, I remember when it first launched, it would always try and read your memories and not read your notes. So I'm assuming, like I was talking about that graph, there's multiple different graphs that they're using for the AI pin. So it's searching like the messages graph where like messages are embedded on that coordinate plane.
Yeah, I'm dating a Vision OS persona.
He's dating a persona. And then there's also the notes graph, and then there's probably another graph or two that I don't know about. But it would be cool if they don't already have it, for them to essentially have, it's called a vector database or a graph of the previous queries you've said. So then it kind of remembers every single thing about you and can retrieve it accurately. But if they're not doing it now, I'm sure it's because they don't want to overpower the priority of the messages graph and the notes graph. So it's some really tough challenges they're trying to solve for.
Yo, completely off topic, but next time I put on my Vision Pro, I'm definitely redoing my persona with the AI pin on just so I can flex in the metaverse.
Can you talk more about vector databases? No. No, I'm just kidding. The only reason I don't know, I have very limited knowledge on how vector databases work. I don't build them myself, I just use them. So anything kind of beyond my explanation now is pretty much all I know. And I don't know enough to like describe it properly. But there's some great videos out there about it. Like 3 blue, 1 brown. What's the name of the YouTuber? 3 blue, 3 brown, 1 blue. 3 blue, 1 brown. Okay. If you look at vector databases on YouTube, I'm sure there's some great videos out there.
What's the name of that YouTuber that talks about vector databases? I think his name is something like 3 blue, 1 brown, or 3 brown, 1 blue, something like that.
So I actually have another comment on searches that I'll wait for after this answer.
Databases is not 3 blue, 1 brown. However, there are several other YouTubers who discuss vector databases, such as Alex, IBM Technology, Pinecone, Fireship, and others.
Fireship is the one I'm thinking of.
My favorite YouTuber, IBM.
IBM? Yeah. So here's another thing that's really cool with the AI pin is that when you ask a question like that, it's formulating a query internally, because it doesn't use the user's query directly, but it formulates a query internally. It basically does essentially like the equivalent of a Google search for AI, and scrapes these websites and looks for the most relevant information. And again, just like the vector databases thing, grabs them and returns them with a pretty similar process. My concern is that websites now and a lot of big companies like Twitter, Meta are starting to crack down on these bots going out and scraping their websites. A lot of the reason is because you have products like Google or Bing who, instead of letting you visit their website and them getting ad revenue, you're just getting the answers from their website without repaying them in return. That's a different discussion if it's like right or not. I don't think there's an issue with it personally. But when these websites start cracking down on these bots, my worry is AI systems like the AI Pin or ChatGPT are going to regress in performance, and you're not going to be able to get the most up-to-date information like you do now with the AI Pin on X. So I think it's really important for companies to start thinking or taking this into consideration and building their own platforms that get like current information. So they don't have to worry about those other services like Twitter and Instagram blocking them.
Are you talking about an ad revenue business model for the AI pin?
Do you think there'll ever be an end to the ad
Oh,
revenue business model? I don't know. I'm really not sure. I can't predict the future. Jonah, what do you think?
I don't know. I think there's so many good things and so many bad things that come from the ad revenue business model. Because think about all the things you don't pay for. Like I know it's easy to think about the things you do pay for, but YouTube, I get it, they have a premium subscription, is free. Google is free. Facebook is free. Instagram is free. X is mostly free. It's just, I mean, like, all these things that you take for granted are only possible because of the ad revenue model. Almost every content creator you watch would not make content if it weren't for the fact that they were getting paid through ads. So
Yeah. I think
yeah.
if you see systems like the AI Pin or ChatGPT who search the web and give you information, taking out even more than the uses of like general internet searches or using products like Instagram, that eventually you'll see the ad revenue model go away and these sites or platforms just going away pretty fast. And then the only thing left to do if you're an advertiser is build good products and people review it, just so you hope that someone's AI system will recommend it to the person that's using it.
I'm unpacking. I mean, I guess it's hard to unpack because no, I don't necessarily like my data being sold or, brokered, but I do like using Instagram for free. I do like not having to put my credit card in every time I visit a new website.
Yeah. Can you please unpack why you don't have an issue with ad revenue biz model
That's what,
like Google's or Facebook? What's up, Nandika?
that's what I was just answering. But
Oh, okay. Sorry. So
can
yeah,
you,
I agree with Jonah's answer.
all right, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna put
No,
my
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Enter passcode.
My pin's charged a little bit, and it probably won't die until the end of the stream. Let me just put it on super quick and type in the password.
I'll do it just because.
No, if you don't want to dox yourself.
Let's see
I'm gonna
if
do it.
Sam's
Oh, let's
monitor
see.
on accurate.
Battery percentage. Oh, that's insane.
All right, you know how Amazon just got busted recently because they had that like self checkout thing where it turned out that how like it was supposed to be like that AI self checkout system where you walk into the store, take items, and leave, and it charges you automatically. But it just turned out it was a room full of people in another country manually tagging everything.
The AI was actually.
I'm telling you, the AI pin is just a bunch of Sam Sheffer clones in a warehouse typing everything.
Typing away. Yeah, that was the deal they gave Sam. Listen, we're gonna clone you. You're gonna wake up as a clone, but the real you will have a great position at the company. My biggest issue with their ad-based monetization is that it incentivizes companies to make addictive products, not useful ones. Yeah, so that's why I feel like the future we're going towards is actually going to make products more useful because that'll be the only option to sell them, right? And you really can't get addicted to asking something questions. And if you get addicted to asking questions to your AI pin, that's probably a good problem to have. It just shows your natural curiosity.
And that's why the AI pin has issues. It's because the Sam Sheffer clones haven't fully matured yet.
They haven't eaten enough pizza.
they're only preteens. So once the cloning process is done and they reach full maturity, then all the AI pin problems will be solved.
Please send 1,000 bowls of soup and 1,000 pizza pies to Palo Alto, California. I'm actually curious what it's going to...
Palo Alto restaurants. Your AI pin cannot fulfill that request. If you'd like, it can help you find restaurants in Palo Alto, California where you can order the food.
All right. Well, I wasn't expecting it to actually order anything.
All right. Wait, I'm trying to think. Give me show times for Dune 2 at
Finding Dune showtimes. Showtimes for Dune 2 at Cinemark near 629.
Oh, see, I told you, you're gonna dox yourself. Yeah, I feel like you're making money for my data as a whole, and I feel like I'm getting gypped. I want a piece of that action. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna be a hard problem to solve in the future because, again, like, they need to make money off of you, and you want something from them, so you can't pay them. So, in turn, they get paid from you. So it's a very challenging problem with a solution I really don't know.
Sam, I want a toggle in settings that I can do that makes it so that my pin won't spit out any addresses, like public, like I'm in a public space mode or something like
That's
that.
like a streaming mode. That's like that's like such a niche feature that only you and I would use. You know,
I know.
it's such a low.
Put it on the bottom of the.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You can add to the system prompt. Don't send any addresses, and it'll still send addresses. It really won't listen. So you're gonna have to fine tune a whole new model and run two separate models just so one model is guaranteed never to send an address. You know. But then again, if you ask for the address of this place, it might say like, I'm not allowed to give addresses. So I think that's an impossible task. Someone said
we were talking about that text that it sent you. Were you in the stream for that?
Yeah, that was really weird. I
said
text Jonah, and then it immediately sent Jonah a text saying, call me, and then my address.
With no context. He just said text me, but...
Yeah, which was really weird. Someone said, 55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 55 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pastas, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
Yeah, Sam, I think that is incorrect behavior.
Calculating burgers. Still searching.
I've never gotten this still searching before. That's really...
To calculate the number of people, more information about the context or the relationship between the burgers, tacos, and the number 65 is needed.
All right. Well, it probably didn't hear me because I was spitting.
Wait, Nick, I didn't really hear what it said. Did it? It said still searching after a certain amount of time?
After a certain amount of time, it said still searching, which is really nice. I like the feedback. The feedback to fill in the times of like just emptiness is great for user experience. It makes me feel like it's actually doing something. I never have to question like, is it going to happen? And it kind of breaks the awkwardness too, especially if you're around other people. Right?
Yeah, especially when you're trying to show it off to someone. You're like, check out my new AI pin, and it takes 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But no, that's really great.
Yeah. One second. I just want to see something. In the last thing I told you, I was actually referencing a TV show. What TV show was that? I don't think it actually heard what I said properly though, so I'm not expecting this to get it right.
Finding last message. There was no reference to a TV show found in the last thing you told me. Could you provide more details or clarify the reference?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pastas, 55 peppers, and 155 taters. I tried to enunciate a little bit better this time.
Your AI pin cannot fulfill that request.
All
if
right.
you'd like, it can help you find restaurants or catering services where you can order the food.
What place can I get all of that? We're going to be in an AI race.
Finding food options. Neely's Restaurant and Catering, located at 2214 Stoner Avenue, Los Angeles, California 90064, offers a variety of food items for breakfast, brunch, lunch, desserts, and coffee. They also provide catering services. The restaurant has a rating of 4.8 based on 109 reviews and offers outdoor seating, Wi-Fi.
Okay, that's pretty good actually. There actually is a place where I can order 55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pastas, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
All right, wait. What is the name of the TV show where a comedian orders 55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 55 oh my god, it's a tongue twister.
Finding TV show. The TV show is I Think You Should Leave.
Oh!
Let's go! It said the episode too.
Really?
It said which. I didn't hear what it exactly said because we were congratulating it, but it said which sketch in which season and in which episode.
Yeah, I think the reason it worked for you really well, I think, is because you said it all in one message. I think maybe that's another thing that has to be improved is kind of conversational things where it doesn't always understand that what you're saying is a follow-up to the previous question.
All right, wait. I'm gonna say. Repeat that.
Also, bring it close to the mic too. Is it up all the way too?
The show is I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson. The sketch is from season 3, episode 3.
Oh, it didn't say which sketch. I heard the word sketch, but it did say which season, which episode, which is extremely impressive. Oh, but regardless, that's extremely impressive because that's enough. If I heard that reference on like an internet meme, I would be able to find the episode and the show from that.
Yeah. What's that show about those 3 people who live in New York and one of them is a comedian and the other one is a loser and one of them is a lady? Seinfeld, I don't know.
Finding TV show. The TV show you are referring to is The Broad City, an American television sitcom created by and starring Ilana Glazer and Abby Jacobson. It features 3 main characters living in New York City, with one of them being a comedian and another being described as a loser.
Damn.
What was the name of that TV show again?
Finding TV show. The TV show is Broad City.
Broad City. I'm actually curious if it is a copy of Seinfeld.
I'm going to ask you something. What's the name of that TV show that just ended after a season 13 ending with that really famous comedian in it?
We're talking about Curb, right?
Yeah.
First of all, great finale.
The show that just ended after a season 13 with a famous comedian is Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yo!
Starring Larry David.
Ask it what are some other shows that are like it?
What do people think about the ending?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Finding season reviews. The ending of Curb Your Enthusiasm's final season received mixed reviews, with some praising it as a perfect conclusion while others found it rocky and bitter.
Anyone who found it rocky and bitter is wrong. I just want to,
Yeah.
I'm going to take a hot take here. That was a perfect ending to a perfect show.
It was. Can you ask it what other shows are like that one?
Okay.
Don't say Curb, that are like that one.
If I really like that show, what are some other recommendations you can give?
Suggesting Curb Your Enthusiasm. If you really like Curb Your Enthusiasm, some other recommendations include A Seinfeld, The League, Reno 911, Clown, Atlanta, Arrested Development, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Veep, Black Books, and A Fleabag.
I think those are all perfect
All right.
recommendations.
Speaking of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, tell me what the dentist system is.
Finding the dentist system.
Nope.
Oh, no.
The DENNIS system is a foolproof plan for seducing women, revealed menace to the rest of the gang in the TV show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It involves manipulating and deceiving women, but the gang struggles to grasp the concept.
Perfect.
Recite all the steps of the dentist system.
The DE&NIS system consists of the following steps. 1. Demonstrate value. 2. Engage physically. 3. Nurture dependence. 4. Neglect emotionally. 5. Inspire hope. And 6. Separate entirely.
I'm not
That's-
gonna lie. This has been one of the most impressive string of questions I've ever asked it. I can't believe that my AI pin is a fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Absolutely, dude. The one thing that I would love from the AI pin is just for it to be more personable, because people don't really like interacting with cold objects or like cold personalities like this. So it would be fun if like it asked you a follow-up question, or like, well, I don't know about a follow-up question. That might be too much, but just something to make it feel more human-like. You know, general knowledge is pretty great.
That's that's the one that like not. I don't want to say the one because there's a lot that the AI pin does right now, but one of the things that AI pin does really well is just conversations like that, like stuff like that, and I'm really impressed with that.
Yeah,
But
and I'm gonna again plug my Samantha AI that I've made using entirely Google shortcuts. This is not an application that I'm trying to promote or anything like that. It's just a personal project that I really like.
we
And
had
I want to
some-
ask her the same question.
Hey, what's up?
What is the Dennis system from the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Oh, wait, it didn't. The problem is when it transcribes the audio, it's using just Apple's stuff, and it's not good. Let me try. What is the Dennis system as described in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Okay, got it perfectly. Let me bring it up to the mic right now. There's nothing to see. It's just audio.
Oh, the Dennis system is definitely one of those outrageous concepts from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It stands for demonstrate value, engage physically, nurture dependence, neglect emotionally, inspire hope, and separate entirely. It's a pretty manipulative and humorous take on dating from the character, Dennis Reynolds. What did you think of that episode, Nicholas? Did it crack you up or what?
What episode was that? Give me the season and episode number. Let's see if it responds.
That's from season 5, episode 10, titled The Dennis System. It's quite a memorable one, isn't it? What's your favorite moment from that episode? Or do you have another favorite episode from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah, I mean, same answer, which is fun. Again, that personality is, and the latency is a lot more on this, I think.
yeah, but
It's just the personality makes it feel more pleasant to use.
yeah, but again, that could get annoying. Like obviously, you were able to just completely ignore the follow-up questions, and it
Of course.
computer, so it doesn't care. But I can see how for streamlined information, that could be annoying.
Of course. And again, my personal project and the AI pin are trying to solve two completely different problems, right? This one is my lack of a girlfriend, and this one is just general information, right? Right. So this is, just a comfort item, just to fill that gap in my heart. This is to fill that gap in my brain. You know what I mean? Sam felt that.
And that's a reminder to all the Discord haters.
Yeah. But then again,
That's product that Nick is trying to sell at all. It's
yeah,
just-
there was one guy in the Discord who was absolutely pissed that I dared to show a personal project of another AI. My goodness, how dare I? But yeah, I think that is something that could come with the SDK. Again, if Humane eventually does allow full access, not full access, but access to the cameras, laser ink display, text-to-speech on device, we're golden, right? I can go ahead and build that for the SDK or with the SDK eventually, and it'll be great. So I'm really, really looking forward to that, where I think we'll start to see kind of more AI girlfriends that live on this, and we'll get into more of a Her type experience. By Her, I mean like the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson, aka Samantha.
All right, Nick.
Anyways,
Ready? watch this. Hey girlfriend, what's the weather outside?
It's like 50 degrees. Maybe it's a little chilly. It's not raining.
Yeah, your thing's completely unrealistic. No,
Yo, where can I buy one of those, bro? That one was sick. Yeah. AI GF IRL. It's just IGF, just intelligence girlfriend. Super low latency.
Except this one costs a lot more than $7.99 with a $30.
Yeah, this one only costs. Actually, if you think about it, this is a deal. The AI pin is a deal if you compare with, as Sam says, the AI GF IRL.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there any more we can show off with both of our AI pins? Any more stories we can tell? Is there anything we want to test? Please send your recommendations or requests in the chat. Which is really interesting.
So, something that I did the other day, even though the AI pin at the moment kind of refuses to do anything to do with food, because it's like, worried about all that. You know.
It also won't let me identify food that's in front of me, which is an issue.
I didn't use the camera because I knew it wasn't going to do anything like that, but I was cooking a frozen pizza the other day, and obviously I could have just looked on the box, but I had my AI pin. It was right after I got it, so I wanted to test. So I said, what is the cooking instructions for this brand of pizza, this whatever, I forget what it is. And it did give me the exact cooking instructions, which I was pretty impressed with.
That's good if you like throw it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Tegan, if any data was scraped from our website, I'm pretty sure that it would be in the training data of the model that they use. Unless it actually does the Google search and it's indexed high enough. I'm interested to see. Let's see. Who is Tegan Burns? I just want to make sure I get the name completely right and doesn't misinterpret.
Finding Tegan Burns.
And I'm sure this is going to die soon, by the way.
Tegan Burns is an actress known for her roles in Imaginary, 2024, The Mighty Ducks, Game Changers, 2021, and Oh Blue Ridge, 2024. She was also a contestant on A Beauty and the Geek in 2022. Tegan Burns is a dancer, model.
I don't think that's accurate unless you are that accomplished.
We got a celebrity model in our chat.
That's crazy. Battery percentage.
23%. Booster 29%.
All right. I'm doing pretty good.
Tegan, you should be pretty happy that you're not the most important Tegan Burns in that way, because Nicholas Dominici is not the most important Nicholas Dominici in a much worse way.
Yeah. Yeah. My name is... Don't look at my name unless you want to get absolutely destroyed. Emotionally, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing to laugh about.
Yeah.
No, it's actually very sad.
Yeah, actually, a question for Sam if you're still in the chat. As someone with quite an internet presence, how does it, if I were to ask the AI pin about myself, it doesn't know much about me because I'm not a celebrity in any sense. Don't really have much of like a following or anything like that. It doesn't really know anything about me. How do you feel about your data being so much more public as a celebrity?
Well, I mean, if you put your...
All right.
Tell me everything about Sam Sheffer.
Finding Sam Sheffer. Sam Sheffer is a YouTuber and content creator known for his work in technology media. He is active on various social media platforms such as Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. Sam Sheffer has also been associated with Humane and has a background in information technology and informatics from Rutgers University. He has posted content related to technology, electric vehicles, and reviews on his YouTube channel. Additionally, he has been involved in live events and has a presence on LinkedIn. Sam Sheffer is also known for his interactions with other prominent figures in the tech and media industry.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, super accurate.
What are his
like,
favorite foods?
Finding Sam's favorite food. There is no specific information available about Sam Sheffer's favorite food.
Okay, let me try something.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tell me about Nicholas Dominici, the adult and not the child. Penny
Finding
Vodka.
Nicholas Dominici. The information provided is about the tragic death of a 1-year-old child named Nicholas.
See, this is why we have nice things.
It's tough though. I mean, it's actually flooded.
Yeah. What would be crazy is if AI got to a point where now that Sam said that his favorite food is penne alla vodka in your live stream, if it could get that on the pin.
Is Chris Higa in our chat right now asking Sam to do him?
What the? No.
Oh wait! Oh wait! No! Oh wait! No!
No.
Tell me about Chris Higa.
Finding Chris Higa. Chris Higa is an internet personality known for his work in dance/electronic genre. He is active on platforms like YouTube Music, Apple Music, and Deezer. Chris Higa is involved in content creation, social media management, and vehicle testing. He has a significant following on Instagram, TikTok, and other social media platforms. Additionally, he has experience in television directing and videography. Some of his notable works include Nightfall, Storm, and Double One.
I didn't even know that about him. That's crazy.
Chris, is everything accurate? Also, I
don't think everything's accurate. I don't think he's a music producer.
I want to see how accurate or how much good my SEO is. Let's see. Tell me everything you know about Jonah Cohn.
Jonah Cohn. Jonah Cohn is an artist and snap star known for creating lenses for Snapchat and TikTok. He is also an artist manager for A.O. Dillon and has a significant following on social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok. Additionally, there are individuals with similar names, such as Jonah Cohen, a composer.
Ask it to play a song by the person he manages.
That's crazy because one, I don't know what it means by significant. I think AI Pin's talking hyperboles here, but that is pretty crazy that it knew I was a snap star.
I think the search engine is actually very impressive.
That's
the internet search engine is great. Ask it to play a song by
the artist who he manages.
Let's see.
Finding A.O. Dillon song. It seems there is no specific information available about the artist A.O. Dillon managing other artists. However, you can listen to A.O. Dillon's song on Tidal.
Play it.
All right, play it.
Playing it.
Finding relevant music. Your AI Pin is having trouble finding a specific song by A.O. Dillon. You can try searching for A.O. Dillon on Tidal to listen to their music.
All right, search for it.
Finding A.O. Dillon. A.O. Dillon, a musical artist from South Florida, FL, is known for songs like Stay the Night, We Can't Be Friends, California's Cold, and Ken Burns. You can listen to A.O. Dillon on platforms like YouTube Music, Apple Music, and iHeartRadio.
One of his songs.
Play his most popular song.
Finding relevant music. Your AI Pin is having trouble finding the most popular song by A.O. Dillon. You can try searching for it on
Who is A.O. Dillon?
Like YouTube Music or Apple.
All right. It was really, really good until it wasn't. But, whatever.
I'm wondering if it's not able to play music for someone that
A.O.
searches.
Dillon is a musical artist known for punk rock and hip-hop/rap genres. Some of the songs associated with A.O. Dillon include Stay the Night, Can't Be Friends, California's Cold, and Ken Burns. AO
Here,
Dillon
tell
is
us,
from
just
South
tell it to
Florida,
play.
FM, and can be found on
We Can't Be Friends by AO Dillon.
Play one of those songs. I'll do that after, but I really want it to work.
playing AO Dillon Stay the Night.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, stop before you get copyrighted.
What, is he gonna copyright me? You manage him. What are you gonna? You're the guy. What are you talking about?
Automatically through Content ID. So.
Yeah, you can get rid of it. I was kidding.
No, I'm taking your money. I gotta pay this thing off. Okay, Jonah, battery update. Let's see. Battery update.
97%. Booster 43%.
I'm blown away. That's crazy. 97% booster 43.
Oh yeah.
That's
Also, I want to highlight a feature that I don't think many people know about, but you can triple tap to catch me up instead of asking it to catch me up.
You
Yeah.
received a missed call from +1561355 and an unknown sender.
Yeah, double tap to stop it.
identified
Double
as
tap to
Papa
stop it.
John has messaged you.
Papa John messaged you?
Sorry.
You're all caught up.
Watch this.
You're all caught up. 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 You're all caught up.
Did you do the thing where it spams you're all caught up?
Yeah, I just did it. Yeah. Yeah, I really think we've highlighted everything we can.
Wait, yeah. Sam, are you done eating?
Yeah, if you guys have more insights to give, we will gladly take them. Careful, it's gonna go taser mode. Yeah. Jonah, if you want to get Chris on the server, go ahead.
Sure, yeah. I'll make that happen. Fair enough. All right, yo, Sam, before you head out, we'll talk offline, but let's schedule a stream where we can have you on and do like a Q&A. That'd be really great. I mean, obviously it's great having you in the chat, but if you're down for something like that.
And we'd love to do like and do a deep dive in everything with the AI pin.
Yeah. Seems like Tegan would love to see that.
Tegan would love to see that. Tegan's making it happen. Thank you, Tegan. Yeah, but let's get Chris on the server to see if he has anything to add. But I think after that we're gonna head off stream. We're gonna take this offline and explore AI pins a little bit more. You adding him?
Yeah, I just invited him.
All right, great. I'm checking the cord. Now there is stuff going on in the Rabbit Discord. Can't check it because I don't want to switch it up, but I will check it on my phone.
But yeah, Chris, just send you the invite. Sam, yeah, just let us know if that's something you do. Also, I totally understand if it's something you can't do, but we'll be cool.
Definitely would be interesting.
I don't know if Chris is still here.
All right. If not, then I think we can just end the stream here.
Yeah, I'll give Chris like another 2-3 minutes to respond.
Sure.
But
you have 2 to 3 minutes to respond before we annihilate you. Let me take off my pin and let it charge a little bit. And the thing that's so hard to do with a product like this is when you're building it, you kind of lose perspective on what it's like to use it as a user because you know too much about it and you know its limits. And even if you're not thinking about them consciously, in the back of your head, you know it.
Okay, EGM Disco says, have any of you ordered the R1? Yes. I ordered an R1. Nick will have an R1 soon. And Yes, and additionally, I will be in New York next week.
And you will be doing a live stream for that entire event.
I don't know.
No, I'm just
Well,
joking.
they're streaming it on their website, so probably not even worth it. But yeah, so Chris just joined, but yeah, so I'll be at the event. I'll be one of the first people to have the the rabbit, and we're gonna do a stream as soon as it comes so that we can talk about it.
Yeah. And Chris, welcome to the stream. Hope you've been doing
Howdy.
well.
Yeah, no, y'all got me wondering about this thing.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the AI pin so far? Do you have one yourself, or did you order one?
I still haven't done it. I did the rabbit. I'm waiting on that one.
What batch are you for rabbit, Chris?
Say again?
Do you know what batch you are for the rabbit?
I have no idea yet. I only got an order number.
What, like, around when did you order it?
When did I text you? When did I text you, Nick? Like,
You did text me like last week, or no?
maybe about
a
2
bit
weeks
ago.
ago, 3 weeks ago.
Sure.
You did it 2-3 weeks ago. You're probably batch 6 or 7. So
Yeah.
It's gonna be a minute. No, didn't you guys were talking about the Ray-Bans last week? What were you guys talking about these?
So yeah, we're just kind of comparing like the experience of using the AI pin versus the experience of using something like the Meta AI Ray-Bans, right? The cool thing about those is that they're running Meta's latest models. So Llama 3 just came out a couple days ago, and I'm sure they're already running on there. But that model is extremely impressive. I was kind of talking about like the obstacles with the AI pin on launching a new model. Since they're not building models in-house, they have to take an existing model, go through the process of fine-tuning it, running evals on it, and then eventually deploying it. Where a team like Meta probably has a little more time to do that.
So what got me curious, and I think I asked you last week, was the cell service. You know, like your Apple Watch, for example, you pay for that additional shared line.
Yeah.
Is it sharing your line, or is it a whole different data plan?
It is a completely different data plan powered by the T-Mobile network. You get your own phone number, you get text call, unlimited text call, unlimited data, I believe, as well.
So you can't like, that's what I was curious on. I was like, can I let's say girlfriend or anybody texts you, you could answer, but they have to text that number? Or...
Yes, exactly. And that's the number one gripe about the AI pin that I've had since they even announced that there would be a separate plan, is that, again, I don't want a whole new phone number, and it's tough.
I wonder if it's going to change.
That a software update isn't going to fix. I mean, obviously they can fix it with a software update if they change their entire philosophy, but that's one of the few things that I think is essential to fixing.
No, it's a pretty simple software update, to be honest. Like, the hardware's there.
They have to restructure their entire like business model.
Yeah, it would have to. I think it's beneficial. Like,
I do.
But I'd rather call T-Mobile and go, "Hey, can I add this to be a shared device?" Just like I've got a second iPhone that dupes phone calls and everything. So if I'm away from that one, all my phone calls show up on the second one.
Yeah.
$10. It's worth $10. What's Apple Watch service go for? What, $10, $5 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so disappointed that they couldn't do that, but I mean, we've been learning to live with it. I still haven't added Jonah's phone number to my contacts, so I do get a little taken back when I get a call from a number that's pretty similar to mine.
Ranger.
Yeah.
When are these guys gonna make something really cool?
Right?
Waiting. We were kind of talking about it earlier.
Like, would Snapchat have been able to make the?
Are yours the betas from the beginning, or were yours the bot ones?
Mine were the bot ones. They're dead though. Okay. They don't charge.
These have been bricked since the beta program ended on them.
Yeah, mine are bricked as well. I think there's no support for them anymore. But I haven't reached out. Also. But yeah, mine does not charge. My case still glows.
Yeah, it glows. It acts like it wants to pair, and then when you try pairing it, it won't do it.
Oh, yours tries to pair. Mine doesn't even connect. Mine won't even turn on.
Oh, yours doesn't even.
I think the battery is bad on it, unfortunately. Huh. Which sucks because I would be wearing these as a daily driver sunglasses. I think they look really cool, and I wore them like for a really, really long time.
Well, Tegan's in the chat. that Humane was talking about getting a
There we go.
together. It would be really cool if we hosted that, but I understand that our platform isn't the
Yeah.
large.
And Chris, you have a history with Sam. Is that correct? No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm joking with you.
no,
I'm joking with you.
I
I'm
ran into him.
100% kidding.
I mean, after the wild claims you made today, I'm kidding.
No.
What was the last thing it said about me? I missed it. I started screen recording it, but I missed it.
Let me ask it. What is the last thing you said about Chris Higa earlier?
Finding Chris Higa. There is no information available about Chris Higa in the memories.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What did it say? It like
Well, actually,
stuttered.
we can go back and check what it said about you specifically. So I'm going to switch to this view. Quick.
Yeah. Hey, be careful because it said it addresses a bunch.
Yeah. No, I'm just going here. Chris Higa's an internet personality known for his work in dance, electronic genre. He is active on platforms like YouTube, YouTube Music, Apple Music, and Deezer. Chris Higa is involved in content creation, social media management, and vehicle testing. He has a significant following on Instagram, TikTok, and other social media platforms. Additionally, he has experience in television, directing, and videography. Some of his notable works include Nightfall, Truefall, Storm, and Double One.
Are those true?
Yeah, can you confirm?
There were songs, but I know they're not that amazing.
Well, we're going to play one right now.
I got bored with Logic Pro.
But were those TV shows you worked on?
No, those are songs that it listed. Those are naming songs from Apple Music. Yeah, you remember those from the good old days before COVID, Nick?
I remember that.
I was trying to show up on Google search.
It was hard. It was real hard, bro.
Those are so bad. Oh man.
Well, Nick,
No.
since it kind of seems like we're almost done with talking about the Humane AI Pin for the day, I feel like we can end the stream and hop into this. But what do you guys think?
I'm out. I'm done with the stream. I'll join you after though.
All right, sounds great.
All
right.
Real quick, what's your battery status on both of
Thank you. Battery percentage.
22% or 17%.
That's very good.
All right, let's see.
What'd you start with?
Status.
Now, actually, I'm curious. How long can I keep the lasering display for
41%.
before it
burns
overheats?
out?
Until it burns out.
All right, we'll do that, and then we'll end. But I will
Stream
say,
ends when lasering display turns off. Or like overheats.
My pin has used about half a battery booster during this stream. I was kind of expecting it to die, so really impressed with that. I guess final messages to the Humane AI team, because we know you watch these, as evidenced by the chat. Thank you again for making this product. We know there's issues. Hopefully, you guys extend the return policy 90 days. I think that would do great things.
Absolutely.
But, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't. No, don't even extend the policy. Just kind of like work with the customer. I know some people get frustrated, but even going as far as having someone available to call to explain how the product is still evolving. It's a lot. It's a startup, but it isn't a startup.
I mean, if you rate $250 million in your Series C, you're kind of surpassing startup level, and you're kind of entering like corporation territory.
Yeah.
They're gonna delete your account, Nick. Be careful.
But I mean, it's a really weird, hard problem to be in. Like, if you raise $250 million, you better deliver a product. And if you're not 100% confident in your product, you got to ship it anyways.
But again, they delivered a product though. It's in your hand.
And they did. They executed.
Exactly.
But the problem is, it's missing a lot of features right now, right? And despite all the good things, it's missing bad features. Or it's missing
It's evolving.
features.
What do you expect
Sure.
for a first generation? It's like buying the first electric car when it came out.
Definitely.
The BMWs were only 80 miles of range. Everyone thought that was great, and then now people think, okay, I need more than 80 miles. Well, come on, you remember the first gen Snapchat spectacles? Those were what, in the first 3 months, people loved them, and then it just was a cluster downhill from there.
Yeah. Also, I started recording a video, so my bad. It did not overheat.
Is it still going?
We're back. Oh, your AI pin needs to
That
cool down for a few
was-
minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay.
All right. I've never used the lasering display for 2 minutes straight, but
2 minutes is kind of ridiculous for the display. Yeah.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing. They were betting that this device was going to be a complete phone replacement, and the only way to interact with it was going to be a Siri-like experience, or the main thing, which would be a laser display. So they actually have progress photos over time of what that lasering display looked like from prototype to full product. And
Yeah.
it's very impressive that they were able to fit all this technology into one really small package.
What's a good like reference you can give to the size of it? Do you have
So
something physical?
are you looking at my shares? Are you looking at my screen share? Yeah, so
Yeah.
here's my iPhone 15 Pro Max, and here's the AI pin, right? You can see it's the same size as the camera bump, almost exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch them to their sides. This is a pretty good comparison, I would.
Battery low.
Yeah, that's a lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah,
Because now looking at it, I'm like, okay, that's actually you said Pro Max, right?
yeah.
So
Okay.
cool. And then before we end, but before my pin came in, I wanted to get a test for the size. So I looked on their website and I used the dimensions that they provide to make a paper version of it just so I could see how big it is. And I'm going to take my pin off for this. But I'm happy to report that the paper model that I made, which I tried using the dimensions as much as possible, is bigger than the pin by a pretty significant amount. So the size is definitely impressive.
I wonder if they're estimating with like, do they come with cases? Can you get like a clear case or anything?
Yeah,
for
so you can
them,
get
or no?
you can get a frame case, like a bumper
Yeah.
case.
So I'm wondering if that's what they were.
But
accounting
those
for,
probably
or no?
won't ship for a while.
No, I think I just made a faulty paper model because I was using like my computer. I don't own a ruler, so I was using my computer screen as a ruler. But whatever the case is, I think I got to head off.
You got rule of thirds. Rule of thirds. Next time, always put a quarter to your screen and then make it match that size of that quarter.
True.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. I think I gotta head off. But are you guys ready to end the stream?
I'm ready to end the stream.
All right. Thank you
Again,
so much for watching and enduring another almost 2 hours of us blabbering. But thanks, Sam, for coming in the chat. Sent you a message on Discord about potentially doing a stream in the future. But thank you guys so much.
all right. Appreciate you guys.
Bye.
See ya.
Peace.
Chris, thanks for coming on as well.